Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you have all had an awesome week. And this week I am talking to you guys about being eco-friendly. So, I don't want to be a hypocrite and say I am the most sort of eco-friendly person out there, because I'm really not, and I know a lot of the things that I do can have a bad effect on the environment. But I mean, hopefully in making this video, I'll be able to kind of send a message not only to you guys but also to myself about what I should be doing. And I think one of the main things I think about in terms of helping the environment is helping the environment in little things we do. So, for example, I think that a lot of people think that if you're helping the environment, you have to be doing like ridiculous things like chaining yourself to trees or something silly like that. One of the things I try to do is recycling, and I know a lot of people that I know try to recycle as well. And I think that's one of the best things that you can do, because it doesn't take too much effort really. It's like 2 minutes out of your time to like clean out whatever it is, and then to make sure it goes in the right bin. And I think that here in the UK it's made quite easy to recycle. I mean, I don't know what it's like in other countries, so I don't know whether it's harder to recycle. But it technically should be fairly easy for us, so I think everybody should like try to recycle as much as possible. The second thing, which I think is quite important, is about CO2 emissions that can come out of cars. So as most people know, CO2 emissions are quite harmful for the environment. The whole idea of carbon footprint, I'm not an expert in it, so if you want to find out more, I'll probably link down below a few websites that can be helpful. One thing that I think can be particularly harmful for the environment is like driving around too much. So I know a lot of people in my family just going to shop down the corner will take their car, and the thing is we don't need to do that, because it literally is a 2-minute walk maximum there and back, and it's not going to take a huge amount of time out of your schedule just to do that. And to be honest, it might do a bit of good to just sort of get a bit of fresh air. So I think that's quite important, and I'm not saying that I'm against driving, because I know that driving is particularly important for those people who need to commute to work, who need to visit like partners or family and all that sort of stuff. So obviously people do have this kind of necessity around driving, but then what we need to do is make sure that when we're driving it's kind of necessary. So if we can get a bus, maybe we should. It's usually a lot cheaper, and I know sometimes being in a car is convenient, so maybe just take one day out of your week where you decide to use public transport instead of your own car, and that could be helping the environment. Yeah, sure, it's not a huge amount, but it still is helping. And I think what we tend to do is undermine sort of changes that we do make in our individual lives, so that we think it's not significant, when actuality, if everyone did all those sorts of things, then the environment would probably be a lot nicer place. And I think it's important to realise that it is important that we look after the environment, because there are issues like global warming which are taking a toll on the earth, and the last thing we want is to leave the earth in a terrible state for our children and our children's children and so on. So I feel like looking after the environment is very important. I know that it's quite hard often to know different ways to look after the environment. So I think what I'd like you guys to take from this video is not to try and change the environment in masses, but instead to just try and change it in your own little way by doing little things in your everyday life that can help the environment, and just make conscious decisions to do these sorts of things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment down below if you have any ideas on this particular subject. If you guys haven't already, please check out my fellow vloggers. A few of them have done different topics to me, which you guys may find interesting, because I know that they were quite interesting for me to watch. So I shall hopefully see you guys next week. Bye!